What up, YouTube? Pope Service here. This is a video. I don't know how many times, but we're gonna try it one more time. Let's start off with some of this. Want to shout out to my homie Dazzie, because of him and all his work lately, and his hot book alerts and all his spotlights, and particularly the video he does monthly on print runs. Amazing. But I just want to do a quick Black Hammer spotlight here. So recently I managed to grab this Ashcan #1. Also recently I managed to snag this. This was the this is a cover homage to that JLA #1, the reboot. In fact, it even says here, you want to make something of it. That's the Guy Gardner phrase on that cover. That was the #1. So this is issue 1, the B cover. 2 copies of that one, and then there's the full cover of that Ashcan #1. Also 2 copies of the #2. It's a great cover. The cool part is that Black Hammer did an A and B cover, and I really got to say that I'm sad that I didn't get both covers, because the more and more I think about it, I really want to go back and try to get those B covers, because they're quirky, and they're very reminiscent of that that first cover of #1 that I showed. It's issue 3, issue 4, issue 5, issue 6, and like I said, there's 2 covers for all of these, and I feel bad now. I should really go back and and try to put together the B cover run. It's #7, #8, 9, 10, 11. This is Jeff Lemire's issue 12. The homage, as you can all see, issue 13. Giant Size Annual #1. And then this new series run, The Age of Doom. It's issue 1, and then issue 1 B cover, or A cover, excuse me. Issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, issue 4 again, just because I like that cover. Issue 5, I think I did both covers on this too, so I like that one and this one. Great cover. Issue 6, that's the Feral Dalrymple cover. Yeah. Okay. Let's come back over here now. Let's do this one here. It's the Vertigo series Hex Wives. I don't know, just really like that cover. with Jenny Friesen. And of course, the League of Extraordinary Cerebi. This print run here, man, it's probably like 2,000. Animosity 17. Another Aftershock here, Clan Killers. I'm kind of liking that book. Moth and Whisper. I stayed up on this one. It's kind of more for just the Aftershock. Volition, because the art inside is just phenomenal. Edgar Allan, Snifter of Terror. I think I like this one for this reason. I've been doing this cover here. I don't know why Dark Crystal. It's not really been that much of an interest to me, but I don't know. I just really like that cover. Not really sure who does the art either, but Bone Parish. Cullen Bunn's been just shredding a bunch of books lately, and Bone Parish is certainly one of them. I did manage to go back and get the is that the Del Rey, the Empty Man #1. I found that not on Wednesday, but I found that on a Friday. Really felt that I should be reading some James Bond. So this is an issue 1 of the new series, James Bond #1. It's the Albuquerque cover. Found this book also on that Friday, believe it or not. Road of the Dead #1. 2 days after Wednesday. Couldn't believe it. Blackbird #2. Really like that cover. Jen Bartel. I held this up and I thought, man, I just didn't like the trade dress on it, so I just picked up the version of this Crowded #3 and Crowded #4. The Spawn 291. There was a virgin cover to this, and I'm kind of disappointed because this whole time with Spawn I've been collecting the black and white cover, and I didn't seem to see one this issue, so not sure what's going on there. Realm, is that #10? Great cover on that, sweet. And last issue, Shanghai Red. Excellent cover on this one. Capping an excellent series, mini-series. This here, that's pretty cool. The portrait cover here of Walking Dead 185. Because of the recommendation of the appearance here, I got the issue 43, Rick and Morty. And then lastly, I really love this series, Britannia. Now, while it's not the greatest cover of them, it certainly was a cool cover. But man, it's been a really awesome story. So, Britannia from Valiant, #4. Did manage to get some of the Comic Fest books well after the fact, but I did manage to get this Thor. Also, the Aftershocks, The Walk Through Hell, which was kind of interesting because the whole thing inside was black and white, which I thought was great. And then, of course, I'm slowly trying my hardest not to, but I know it's going to happen, that eventually I'm going to go full-blown Mignola, the Comic Fest Hellboy. Now, sliding over into what you would call your mainstream here. This one is the 609 Daredevil. And the 610. Immortal Hulk number 8. It's an awesome cover there. You could see Hulk screaming in his little jug. That was cool. I really, really like this cover. I think that's Jeff DeCall of Magic. What if Magic was the Sorcerer Supreme? So I had to get it. That was cool. Loved all these old man series, with the notable exception of Old Woman Harley. That's just a travesty, but whew, that's for a different day. Inside, the artwork in here is phenomenal, so hopefully this series ends up really well. Speaking of ending series, Old Man Logan number 50 with that Diodato cover. You know what? I just want to say one thing real quick. Can we all get realistic here and stop making Wolverine's claws like 75 feet long? I mean, those things have to retract up into his forearms. I mean, what the heck? I've seen so many covers lately where Wolverine's claws are just like ginormous. It's ridiculous. The things that we comic book people gripe about. Here we go with 58 Batman. Just a cool penguin cover. I did find the Deathstroke 37, because I've been really excited about that Deathstroke series. Witching Hour, the Justice League Dark Wonder Woman Witching Hour, they call it. The Federici cover. Doom Patrol issue 12. I mean, this took a while. Were they waiting for D&D to become popular again or something? I don't know. But I was sticking with Doom Patrol because it was pretty interesting. Oh, man. I managed to find this at a store on the shelf. Now, admittedly, they did mark it up a bit, but since I had missed it, I was willing to pay a little extra for it because I've seen this one still going 10, 12, 15 bucks online. So real happy to finally get a copy of issue 56, Wonder Woman. These go into some back issues now. If I see this book, I always buy it. It's the Stephanie Hans Storm. It's issue 11 of that first 12 issue run. But it's very cool. And then this series, this part of the Hellblazer run, 146, Hard Times. Oh man, that's issue 1 of 5. Hard Times 2 of 5. The 148 is 3 of 5. I skipped the 4 of 5 because it had a tick in it, but I got the last issue 50, 150, Hard Times 5 of 5. Richard Corbin art, Brian Azzarello. It's about where Constantine gets sent to jail. Amazing. Kind of closing in on the end here, but I did manage to find this Werewolf by Night. I saw this at a shop. I found a copy of this at a shop, and they wanted like $60 for it, and it was in pretty darn good shape. I mean, I admit it was, to my standard, but to drop $60, I was like, and I passed. And then, like a day or two later, I find it for, I think it was $25, and this was in great shape. So it's the Werewolf by Night that crosses into the Dracula series. So that was awesome. Now finally, this one here I'm basically showing again because of Bub. Bub's Comics and DS Comics and gosh, who else is forgetting? Is it anyway, it's the No Faces chat. It's one of my favorite chats on Monday driving home from work. Probably missed it the other day because of the holiday, but 2 weeks ago they were talking about this book, House of Secrets, and I said I was going to show it again. So here you go. I mean, real awesome. I mean, the corners on this are really sharp, and I mean, yes, I know that there's a tick right there where the moon is. You could see there's also a tick right here in Swampy's shoulder, and then also there's like a little indent or something here by the staple. But I mean, overall, you gotta say that is a pretty sharp copy there of House of Secrets 92. Real happy to find this. This is a minor miracle actually in my collection. I found this one day. I was searching through the underboxes at a store, and I find this book, and I couldn't believe it. I thought, is this a reprint? Is this what's going on? And I just was like, well, I already had a little bit of a stack, about 25-ish, 20 some odd books, and the guy saw me digging in the dollar boxes, and I came walking up and I said, yeah, just dollar books. And he took the books and he put them in his hand, and he kind of turned them on the spine side and just did a rough count, like real quick, of the spine sides, and charged me $1 a book. And I just went, I mean, now admittedly that was 19 years ago probably, so finding this book in a dollar box back then, I mean, while that was a big deal, I mean, it wasn't like nowadays where you're saying, oh, this book is thousands of dollars or something. Back then, you know, $120 you could get a copy of this book or something like that. It wasn't outrageous, but certainly it is it's a jewel in my collection. Swamp Thing's a favorite character of mine, and this book, this book is certainly welcome to have rescued out of those boxes. All right, anyhow, that's where we're at. Just a big 2-week haul situation here, and just trying to stay on top of it, guys. In the meantime,